What's up, cannabis community? I'm Brent Green, and this is your Cannabis News Prime Live. And today is January 6th, 2021. And it's your first cannabis news of the new year. And I'd like to say Happy New Year. And as always, I hope you're staying safe and away from folks without masks or people performing insurrections. Alrighty, yeah, as you can see there, we have a guest today. But before we get started, y'all, be sure to like and share and subscribe. And also, don't forget to make that Twitch switch and follow us on Twitch, the OG Green Scene TV over there. Okay, shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to you, Satara. Yeah, y'all tuning in is making my day a lot better too. Just doing this is making my day a lot better. Alrighty, so today, as you can see, we got a very special guest, co-owner of the #1 cannabis beverage company here in California, Aaron Practice Wulf of Manzanita Naturals, the makers of Kwik. Hold on, let me show y'all that real quick. Let me show y'all that Kwik really quick there. Makers of the Kwik and the Fizz, as you can see in that photo. Let's see if I can get the Kwik to work for y'all. Yeah, there you go. I'm wrong scene. Alrighty, y'all. So anyway, so Aaron, you there? You want to unmute your mic?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, buddy? I want to thank you again for joining us today.
Good to see you on such a tumultuous day.
Oh man, that's just the way. That's just how life goes, you know. It's always tumultuous around here. It's media.
Yeah, it is the media. Sure. I'm doing really well. The holidays were rough on me. You know, being in quarantine this long has been rough on everyone. You know, and I know it's hurt a lot of people in the cannabis community. I know it's helped a lot of people in the cannabis community. But it's good to just still be out there and be alive with our products and such.
Oh, well, I mean, of course, you know, from the articles I've read, it appears that all of the cannabis companies have received a serious tailwind from, you know, from us spending our unemployment at the dispensary, quite frankly.
Yeah, as we've seen in history, during Prohibition, when they made alcohol illegal, it made it even more popular. So when alcohol came back into being legalized, it became a very trendy thing. So we're kind of witnessing a similar thing with the cannabis. I think, you know, we're in a Great Depression right now, where a lot of people are trying to figure out where to spend their money and things like that. And I think the luxury item is going to be cannabis for a lot of your folks, especially. And I would just, you know, better than picking up a bottle of booze, maybe, you know, pick up a thing of Fizz or Quickies, or we're coming out with this brand new active product that is a...
Yeah, Aaron, we gonna get all into that. Let's get into let's get into these questions here. We're going to get into what y'all coming for us. Hold on. Don't get into it. So let's get right into it, my guy. You know, tell us about your background in cannabis. It's a pretty rich history. You have, where did it all start for you?
For me, I started selling weed when I was 13 years old in Arlington, Texas. Basically ditch weed, you know, stuff you'd find anywhere in Texas. A lot of times is what they call Mexican brickweed, which would be called sativa. I had been selling pot since I was 13 years old. And when I got to a certain age, I started going to rainbow gatherings, and I met Dennis Perrone, who is the writer of Prop 215. And Dennis encouraged me to move out west and to start up a legal cannabis lifestyle so that I could actually start working within the industry and doing it legally versus but you know, as many people, I come from poverty, and so I had to sell pot to put food on my table for my family and things like that.
That was kind of funny.
You
Aaron, can you hear me?
are you okay? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Hold on, man. You had a little. We had a little glitch there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, but you know, so I'll take that as an opportunity though to ask the next question. So Texas, huh?
Texas, yes.
Describe to us what it real brief like. What it's like to be involved with cannabis in Texas.
If you're involved in cannabis in Texas, well, during the period of time that I was involved, you're working a lot with the Mexican mafia back in the day, and this is back in the olden days. I'm not talking about right now. I'm sure that still goes on, but it was a rough time. It was rough. I watched a lot of people fall around me while I was selling quarter bags here and there and left and right. um, Other people weren't so privileged to kind of get away with it. So I sold pot for a long time, um, probably all the way into my college years, illegally. And I was selling to the ma and pa's. I mean, my consumers were the same consumers that go into the clubs these days. Even as a kid, I was selling to my friends' parents, and all of that, and so cannabis is just kind of part of my system. My brother uh, got me started when I was 13 as a way to sort of help me help the family feed ourselves, and to buy myself, if I wanted to have nice clothes or anything like that. That's how I got it. And that's just how kids were thrown. If you were lucky, if you were a drug dealer. Unfortunately, it's illegal, but you were lucky as a kid, because you had things where other kids didn't, other impoverished children didn't. So
Yeah, man, I can relate to all that for sure, for sure. Um, for sure, I can definitely relate to that experience. Um,
so coming out of that experience, yeah, and into a more professional experience now. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's a very triumphant story you have there. But so you mentioned that you worked with Dennis Perrone. Uh,
Dennis Perrone was my advisor. I actually founded the Green Party of Texas, which is a political party, with David Cobb and Nathalie Paravinci, who are both up in Humboldt, actually. Nathalie Paravinci. We all three founded the Green Party of Texas. Um, and Dennis Perrone, during that time, had advised me to run for mayor of Denton, Texas. During that time, I ran for mayor of Denton, Texas in the year 2000. I got like about 17 to 20% of the vote. I had dreadlocks. I was young, queer, piercings all in the face, you know, uh, just an oddity, you know. But these people adopted me that were sort of part of progressive movements, as I would say. And that's what's brought me to be in the good graces of people like Dennis Perrone over the years. As an advisor, he set me up with a lot of queer elders. I started farming during the 2000s. I was always trim scene. Oftentimes I'd be managing. Oftentimes I'd be the cook or running the cannabis into town. I'd sell it to places like the Vapor Room or Grassroots. The original back in the day Grassroots. Yeah. Um, I was selling pounds and pounds and pounds to those folks legally, and um, yeah, it was through a network that Dennis had set me up with. He really wanted to see cannabis stay in a queer kind of context. Dennis Perrone, as we all know, was a gay man. I am a gay man, and he feels like it's sort of our legacy, that he would pass this on to the next generation of queer people so that they would have the opportunity to work in the cannabis industry.
Okay, okay. So for those in the back, Dennis Perrone is responsible for Prop 215, which 20 years ago, or actually is more than 20 years ago, it's like 25 years ago.
96.
Say it again?
1996.
Yeah, like 24 years.
Yeah.
So, which 20 years ago was unheard of across the country. All right. In short,
Oh.
it is the grandfather of modern cannabis legalization and decriminalization.
A gay man is the reason why, and a gay man and a very helpful straight woman, Brownie Mary, is the reason why cannabis is legal. I'll say that right now. The reason why you're allowed to go to a medical club in Oklahoma or wherever you're at, Colorado, is because of Dennis Perrone and Brownie Mary. And they were very much compassionate care people who started seeing the medical necessity of cannabis when the HIV AIDS epidemic broke out during the 1980s. Brownie Mary was sneaking medical brownies into SF General, and so was Dennis. And they worked together, and they had a whole network that they set up that they were getting medicine to people with HIV. So,
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for giving us our history lesson. And on that note, we're going to take a moment to take just a little break. I know exactly what y'all need. Just take a little moment. That's a lot of information to digest. So we'll be right back. Check it out. What's up, cannabis community? Brent Green here, and I wanted to take a second to share with you one of my new favorite CBD products, Canvas Caviar. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, in layman's terms, CBD moon rocks.
okay.
So the Canvas
You got
Caviar is the most sophisticated
so.
CBD smokable. What's up, cannabis community?
Are you on
Brent
pause?
Green here, and I wanted to take a second to share with you one of my new favorite CBD products, Canvas Caviar. Yeah, in layman's terms, CBD moon rocks. So the Canvas Caviar is the most sophisticated CBD smokable I've encountered. All organic, potent, and powerful. They ship too. My favorite cultivar is wedding cake, but the strawberry shortcake tastes and smells like strawberry candy. Did I forget to mention, since it's CBD, they can ship to you. They also make other products as well. Be sure to check them out. All right, y'all. We're back. What's up, Aaron? How you doing over there?
I just turned my mic back on. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. So I know I just showed y'all an ad for some pot light So I wanted to acknowledge that CBD has a place in the cannabis world, and it should have a place in your daily cannabis diet. Anyway, so Aaron, what's up?
CBDs are wonderful. We have a shot, Kwik CBD. It's a 100 milligram shot. Most clubs sell it for 12 to 20 bucks. Products. Are you there?
Yeah.
It's one of the lower cost products on the market. We came out with these Kwik products. These are our Kwik CBD as a sort of dedication to Dennis Perrone and Brownie Mary to revitalize that story. To make an affordable 100 milligram product, we have an indica, we have a 1-to-1, we have a sativa, we have a Kwik Zzzs, which is for sleeping. And those are all affordable. We wanted to make those products affordable for the regular consumer because we saw products at 100 milligrams going for 30 to 35 bucks out the door at the clubs. And we realized that people were pretty much price gouging that situation. We wanted to challenge the industry to bring the prices down on edibles.
Yeah, I can I can totally see that.
A lot of people who can't smoke, who can't make them affordable, you know?
Yeah, totally. So yeah, I was actually about to get into that. So you all, basically, so let's actually talk about the California cannabis beverage game real quick. Where did it all start for you? Where did it all start for you all?
We've been making beverages. I've been making beverages myself since 2000. I worked at a co-op in Eugene, Oregon, I was at the last raw juice company. Taylor, my partner, has been making chai since 1996. His company was actually founded at Burning Man, interestingly, and was invested at Burning Man. He got the investment money. So a lot of our investment, where we actually propelled from, was from the Burning Man community. I got involved in the Burning Man community in the early 2000s as well. Kind of walks hand in hand a lot of times with cannabis industry, of course. But we've been making beverages that sell at Whole Foods, World Market, anywhere you find fancy designer soda pops, our sodas were sold. And so for many years, we sold a chai cola. We had a mate mojito, Cafe Azteca, and they all taste like they sound.
Yeah, you talking about Taylor's Tonics, man? Come on, just come on and say it.
Taylor's Tonics. So yeah, we've reintroduced that as an Amazon shop now, and now we do that as syrups for people who want to add it to sparkling water and stuff like that. We wanted to keep that alive, but it's definite that the cannabis has taken over kind of what we work on the most.
Right.
Those other flavors are still available online. On Amazon, on our stores. Taylor and Terra is the company, and Praxis. I make vinegar tonics that are fire cider, and I make a thieves cider. They're really good for people for inflammation, for lung issues, health issues altogether. So I've been really into holistic and homeopathic stuff since I worked at Whole Foods in the early 90s. So the first Whole Foods, #1.
Okay. So
my weird story is that I worked at Whole Foods #1, and I learned homeopathics in the early 90s from a bunch of witchy women. And later on in life, that led me to become a botanical brewer, so now I make beverages that are more medicinal in nature. And if they do have sugar in them, they've also got a lot of other good stuff on the side. so kind of negate the sugar issue.
Yeah, so actually that brings me into something and you all's in the name of your company, Manzanita Naturals. The naturals is not to be understated, y'all. Not at all. Those where these other soda companies are putting hella preservatives in there. My dude Aaron over here in his company, it's all natural, right?
We keep everything as clean as possible. We use CO2 extracts. All the flavors are CO2 extracts, just like you do your cannabis. You can do that to any plant, just so people know. And so we take that. And so that's why you get such a fresh flavor from our products. I would bring up our ginger, the fizz. A lot of people say, that's probably the best ginger beer they've ever had. Well, it's because it was a pressed CO2 extracted ginger. So it tastes like it was just pulled out of the ground, that freshness you get when you do CO2 extraction. And it also helps us keep things organic and natural and GMO free by using CO2 extracts. Nobody's going to CO2 extract some garbage with pesticides all over it. You know what I mean? And not to be competitive with other companies within the state, I get along with most of them. There are some that use artificial flavors and artificial colors and artificial this and that. And we choose to go the road of the natural and stay on that path. Even our preservatives are vitamin C and not sodium benzoate, which sodium benzoate can cause people problems, people with salt, high blood pressure, things like that. It can cause people health problems. So we try to stay away from weird things in our drinks. We figure if it's medicine, we might as well make it real medicine and put real medicine in there. So like our active line, for instance, we use monk fruit as a sweetener in this new one that's you're going to see in about a month.
Is that what we have to look forward to in the coming year from y'all?
Yeah, we have recovery and we have performance, and we have a third one as well. But these are the two that you'll see first. The recovery is really great. I don't drink, but I've tested it on people with hangovers. But it works for exercise recovery and for someone who's drunk hungover, maybe needing something the next day, to recover from. It's got all the glutamine and milk thistle and all of prickly pear and all sorts of great stuff. That's the sort of detail we go into. We really add ingredients, not just the cannabis, that are medicinal to you. Even it's even as silly as our fizz soda pop, the cola. I insisted that grapefruit seed extract was put into the cola, which gives it a nice, kind of rounded flavor, makes it a little more adult, more of an adult cola. But we've always done that since we've started. Taylor and I started business back in around 2007. And it was part of our motto was let's make sure we put medicine in all of our drinks, no matter what we make. And now we're making medical cannabis, and so we're going to put medicine in there too. So,
man, first of all, thanks for looking out for us consumers.
Totally.
Definitely. But the other thing I wanted to ask you before we start winding down,
Okay.
now that you all have literally dominated the cannabis beverage game here in California, are you all going national next?
Yes, we have grand plans to go national and even international. We've actually have some connections in Europe, in Israel, in Africa, that we have been wanting to groom and work with. a lot of times how you have to do it in the cannabis industry is you sell you somebody has a license in a different state, for instance, and so you sell like a franchise. You sell your product to other states, basically, to other countries, and so that's kind of where we're moving towards. Um, you know, we have about 12 employees. We're out of East Oakland currently, but we're about to open up a co-packing facility in the next year or so as well. So then that would lead to other people being able to make products, not just us. And we're willing to work with people in the future on making their dreams come true. We know that there's been a lot of people cut out of the industry that we have been very disappointed with the switch from 215 to Prop 69. A lot of the smaller producers were kind of cut out, so we're trying to make it right and get some setup so that we could do some cucina style for some people. Cucina style for people so that they could share a kitchen at times.
Man, again,
well. So that's us.
As always,
So,
that's really sweet of you, Aaron, man, to be looking out for for others, man. That's really nice of you.
I want to see more beverages. I want to see a full, like, you go into a 7-Eleven and the whole wall is beverages. Okay, I want to see my beverages there. I want to see everybody else's beverages there too. I want them to be quality. I want them to not be garbage. Yay, yeah. I think trial and error and Darwinism, or whatever they call it, we'll figure that out. It's sad when I go into a club and I see one product, or they're just selling my product. I would love to see this taken more seriously, because the cool thing about beverages is, and for the consumer and the edible user out there, it kicks in within 30 seconds to 5 minutes, usually 20 minutes to full off, and people don't always know that about this edible. And so, like, if you're taking a 10 milligram, that's a safe amount for you to take and just go there. Go, fly away, 10 milligrams on your 10 milligram high. If you're someone who maybe doesn't do high dose products, the Fizz is a great product for that. And then we came out with those little quickies, 2-ounce shots. I have to hold it. The 2-ounce quickie shots. This has been number one in the beverage for many moons, months. I think almost a year now. Because it's 2 ounces. It's literally pineapple, ginger, and honey. Super simple. That's also how we keep the costs down. We use organic ingredients and just super simple. Just keeping things simple, not complexifying things. A lot of my advice I give to the industry is, like, don't go out there and don't try to reinvent the wheel. Make what people know and what people like, so that they can, so it's approachable for everyone. So.
Yeah, man. Again, Aaron, the title that y'all have currently is well deserved, and I also want to take that as an opportunity to give a shout out to Denton, Texas.
Denton.
Yeah, this right here. This is a shout out to y'all. This whole episode is a shout out to y'all. What's up?
I love my Denton, Texas. and Brent and I, if anybody doesn't know, we met in Denton, Texas, and we have had a full, thorough political marijuana / everything life since then, in our friendship. And I appreciate you, Brent, and I appreciate your advocacy and what you're trying to do for the cannabis industry. So,
bro, I appreciate all the years of support from your company. I appreciate you all being from the same town as me and also repping properly. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the years of being my friend. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. I really appreciate you having me on. Thank you so much.
Man, it's not quite over yet. I'm going to respond to a comment here. Shout out to Mr. OKG. What's up with the guy? Shout out to everybody out there tuned in today.
Any questions or anything? Yeah, for sure.
We don't look like we got any questions. We got some shout outs. We got Sitar.
Shout out.
What's up?
I said shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to everybody tuned in. Shout out to everyone on Twitch tuned in. Shout out to everybody on Facebook. Yeah, man, I wanted to say this. The fact that it's not made up that Manzanita Naturals is #1 in the cannabis beverage game here. Proof of that is that every dispensary here in Humboldt that I've been to cannot keep their products on the shelves. It's a true fact. I've been up here for 2 years. It always sells out fast.
It's crazy. For the high doser, that quickies, the bud tenders tell me quite often, we'll buy the whole stock, is what they say. We'll buy as soon as the quickies comes in, we'll buy the whole thing. You know, it's like before it even gets out on the shelf, it's being bought up. And thankfully, my buyers are smart enough that they've just upped and upped and upped. We've done fairly well, and I'm very grateful for this. You know, COVID was very unfortunate, but we have done well over the past year. And our buyers and our supporters, we're so grateful for them keeping us on the shelves, keep reordering, keep asking for us at your club if they don't have us. We really appreciate it. We're really like on the ground sort of people. We're salt of the earth, you know, like we're not fabulous people like that go all over the world and stuff. We're really like industrial. Like my partner Taylor, the actual formulator, is over at the production facility right now putting together this week's order. You know, so we're really doing it right, and we pay our employees well. They get benefits. You've got to do things right in this industry. We've also been philanthropically, supportive of a lot of issues around, Black Lives Matter. I'm being queer. I work with a lot of transgender folk myself. And it's really important for moving forward in this industry for us to include those people, and to make sure that social equity happens, that people get the jobs, that we hire the people who work at our Oakland facility. We hired from Oakland. They're all old school Oakland people who understand this industry. And it's just taking care of one another. It's really important in this industry for us. We have the opportunity to give people opportunities to move forward. So why not?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And on that note, Aaron, I want to thank you again for joining us today.
Yeah.
And I hope that I look forward to trying out y'all's new products this year, the Active. Show us the bottle again before you go.
The Active, we have a Recovery, and we have a Performance. Most clubs buy our stuff, they should be on the shelf in the next month. One thing I would note is that our 1-to-1 came out a month ago, and it's already shot. It's Quickies. It's a Quickies product. It's already shot to #4. So Quickies has been #1 for a while in the beverage, but our 1-to-1 is amazing. If you get a chance to try it, it's 100 milligrams, 50 CBD, 50 THC, and these are all strain specific too, which is also, so you get to know where your product comes from. All our product is sun grown in Hopland as well, just so people know, which is up by Ukiah, and grown with care and love, and lots of good people as well around running that farm. So, from farm to table, as they say.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. So, thanks again for joining us today, and thanks for being such a breath of fresh air in the industry, to put it frankly.
Yeah.
Anyways,
more of it's going to come. I thought after Prop 69, the dust would settle, and more of us real people would kind of come back up, like yourself. You know, there's a lot of people within this, especially the Oakland community, that are very authentic people, and I'm very honored to and graced to be in their presence. A lot of these Oakland people have been doing it for many years, and I want to show my gratitude and appreciation and thank those people as well for paving the way. You know, it wasn't just Dennis Perrone and Brownie Mary. There were all those people who went to jail. There were all those people who died of AIDS. There were all those people, you know, there was so many people we need to be grateful for in this, you know, and so moving forward, just with gratitude.
yeah, shout out to our elders. Shout out to everybody who paved the way for us before we got here. Aaron, I gotta shut it down, man. Oh, Joshua, what's up, buddy? What's up to the Springs out there at Spring Farms in Oklahoma? What's up to that guy? What's up? All right. Anyways, on that note, man, I'm gonna go ahead and do my closer and shut this down. Aaron, thanks again for. What's up?
I got you. I'll mute you out.
All right, man. Thanks for joining us again, man. Big love to you. Big love to all y'all out there.
Be well. Thank you so much.
You too, man. Bye. So, yeah, y'all, that was that was pretty serious business there, huh? Starting the year off hot. Shout out to all the folks out there tuned in today. Shout out to all y'all. All right, so okay, friends, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you got it, hit our Cash App, because you know we can't do it without you. Stay safe out there. Yeah, I'm Brent Green, and this has been your Cannabis News Prime Live.
Stay tuned.